Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Bastian Weekly, your source for news on supply chain, tech, recruitment, and roles we're working on. One thing I just wanted to highlight at the beginning of today's episode was we've just released our annual 2022 salary survey. If you haven't received the link via our database or you're interested in filling in the survey, please give us a shout or send us a note. We'd love to send the link to you to have it completed. We are also offering a $250 prize for 3 lucky contributors who take the time to fill in the survey. So we'd love to hear from you and get your insights around current market trends and salary and information such as that. Couple roles to highlight today. We've been retained to search for a marketing manager in Tokyo for a global leading supply chain software company. If you have a background in a B2B digital marketing environment, we'd love to hear from you there. We've got a head of logistics role based in Sydney for an e-commerce furniture company. Great opportunity to help build an improved logistics network here in Australia. We've got a procurement lead role for a renewable energy company that is looking for someone with a category experience in metal or steel. This role is based in Sydney, and it's an attractive, growing organization that's really interesting and doing some great work in the community. We've got a senior consultant role within the order management space based in Singapore. The role is with a global leading supply chain software company. And the final couple of roles we'll mention here today on the episode is we still are in the process of sourcing for a sales director and a commercial director for a European-based ocean freight forwarding company. So the roles are based in Melbourne. Exciting opportunities to help build a new business here in Australia. So if you've got any backgrounds in freight forwarding, specifically ocean freight, and you have a profile in sales or commercial management, we'd love to hear from you there. So just a couple things in terms of recruitment to talk about today quickly. A number of reports from industry experts suggesting that recruitment demand is plateauing and slowing down pre-COVID levels. So it'll be interesting to see if that kind of continues and to further kind of highlight and justify that comment from some of the market-leading industry experts. Job ads have dipped by almost a full percentage point. Another sign that the economy is potentially slowing down here locally in Australia, but something to certainly keep your eye on. In terms of supply chain and tech news, just a couple things I wanted to mention today. Firstly, retailers globally, not only here in ANZ, but also globally, are experiencing huge amounts of excess stock with old supply. And so they're going through a heavy promotional period at the moment. And so it's not only the combination of excess stock, but also the incoming new seasonal stock that's arriving is creating huge amounts of issues in their supply chain and also their distribution networks as well. So it'll be interesting to see what these retailers come up with to get rid of some of this excess stock. And then finally, another report I read this morning around venture capital investment in supply chain and supply chain related tech continuing to be strong, but also they're seeing more and more investment in early rounds of funding, even seed funding from the VC groups. So it'll be interesting to see if that trend continues. Obviously, the investment in physical assets and digital supply chains transformation has been pretty extensive over the last couple of years. And, I do think there's some fatigue setting in the market around the change management associated with that investment. But certainly from a capital raising and a capital investment, it doesn't feel like there is anything slowing down at that particular point. So that's really all we've got to share with you today. Love to hear your feedback. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to shoot us a note, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care. Cheers.